Tim, and we are the Digi-Dudes! Alright guys, so as of this morning, as of recording right now, this morning, raid battles, online battles came out for the Vital Bracelet app, the Vital Lab there. So that is super awesome. We're super excited. I've done a couple already, which we will show right now. So, as you saw there, Shroudmon kicked some butt in those the raid battle there. You saw how the other Digimon came out and helped a little bit there. And you saw how I had a really close battle there with the Metal Garurumon with Shroudmon. My Shroudmon is max vital values. He's a level 2 Digimon there. So he did really good. He's pretty strong. I wasn't the greatest at hitting the button and timing there on that battle. Other ones I did much better because I did a few before then. But it's fun and exciting. So with that, we are going to be doing all the stats on all of the Ultimate and Super Ultimate Digimon and picking our top 3 who we think is the best for battles and raid battles now that this is out. Before we do that, let's get to the squad update.
Squad update!
We have something super fun and super exciting for us. Who do I have on my Vital Bracelet? Neo Devimon. Let's check him out. There he is. He is super awesome. I'm trying to get through the adventure quest as best as I can right now to get Dun Devimon unlocked so we can have Dun Devimon. If you guys have been watching, you already know that I had a faulty Vital Bracelet with a bad heart rate monitor in it. Originally, it was my first one. It got replaced by Amazon Japan. They were super awesome about it. And I've had this one, but my DIM cards were locked to that one. Well, through some super awesome people there, big shout outs to Jabberjohn there. He hooked me up with somebody named Zarch on Discord who was able to reset my DIMs for me. I had mailed them my DIMs. They were super cool, super helpful, super nice, and they reset them for me and mailed them back to me. So now I got my Agumon and Gabumon back up and running once again. Big thank yous to both of you. Jabberjohn for helping me out and hooking me up with this person, and Zarch for helping me do this. I can't thank you both enough. So, now with that going, we are shooting for Dun Devimon, aren't we?
Yes!
Yeah, we're super excited about that. So, the only other thing I got running right now is my OG Wingardiums, because I love this thing. And I've got Woodmon going. I think Woodmon is a super awesome Digimon. He's honestly my favorite adult level on this device. I love him.
Here's your actual favorite.
On the device?
No, adult, just normal adult just for adult level in general.
My favorite adult level in general? Honestly, it's Wizardmon. Wizardmon would have to be my favorite adult level, but there's a few very close seconds. I'd probably call him like a 1.5. If one up here is like the best, I guess, not 1.5, but super close second. Would have to be Woodmon, honestly. I think Woodmon's got an awesome design. I think it looks super cool. And I love his original sprites there.
My favorite adult level is Devimon!
Is Boy Devimon, your partner. Alright.
And also my other partner's Loosemon.
His other partner's Loosemon. You do love Loosemon. You know a lot about Loosemon, too. So, I've been hitting up Etsy pretty hard, and I got some new stickers, so I think it's time to do a new sticker, don't you?
Yeah.
Which one did you pick today? Show it off on camera. We got this super cute Batamon one because of Bata Baby, honestly. He's over there off in the corner right now playing and having snacks and stuff. But
he was Bata Baby.
No, not Bata Baby. Bata Baby, because Batamon is a baby Digimon.
Oh, yeah.
Remember? So I think we should put it right here. What do you think?
Yeah.
Okay. As you guys come to know, we love stickers. We try to put on new stickers as much as we can and get as many new stickers as we can. As always, if you guys know of any good stickers or anywhere to get some stickers, let us know down in the comments. We are constantly searching. Oh, this is really good quality, this one. And I just do sticker search all the time on Etsy and see if I can get some good Digimon ones there. I think that one's super cute. I like it. It looks good there. You can see it on the camera here, too. All right. So, let's start going through all the dims. We're going to start with the Impulse there. Impulse City dim. And, because I can't remember all the stats and all the Digimon ones, I made up cue cards for myself. So, we'll start with Karuchimon. The, mascot ultimate level on the Impulse dim there. We'll have them all going right here for you guys. His DP, which is actually their accuracy, is a 9. He's got a 14 and 14 for his HP and AP, which are their HP, their health points, and their attack points there. So overall, he's a pretty rounded Digimon. And there's always one Digimon in all these dims that seem to have this exact stat layout, a 9, 14, 14. And it kind of also seems to be more of like the mascot Digimon for that dim. So that's pretty cool. I always like the design on him. What do you think?
What Digimon?
Karuchimon. He's the one with the swords. He kind of looks like a samurai. We raised one already on the Vital Bracelet.
Yeah, Karuchimon.
Yeah, I might be pronouncing the name wrong. There's a couple of Digimon I'm definitely going to pronounce the name slightly off because I'm really bad with that name in particular. And then one that I like the design a lot of is Shivamon over here. And their DP is an 8. They got a 16 for their HP and 12 for the AP. So the HP is pretty good on there, but the accuracy is a little low for an ultimate level. So I'm not super fond of his stats for him, but his design-wise I think is awesome. Then we're going to go with Achillesmon, who we also raised. I'm design-wise not a big fan of Achillesmon, but stat-wise, again, he's not so great. Honestly, he's probably the weakest stat-wise in my opinion. Going here. So he's got his DP is a 9. He's rocking with a 12 and a 10 there. So again, stat-wise, not so great for that Digimon. And now we get to our favorite on this dim, Shroudmon.
Yeah!
As you guys saw, and I said, we have a Shroudmon. I maxed out his vital values there. And I was rocking them this morning on the app now that it is live there with the new stuff. Yeah. So he's got a 10, 16, 14, which is a pretty good rounded stats in my opinion. That 10 for an accuracy is pretty high for what it seems like. Overall, I haven't seen anything else above a 10. I'll just flat out say that right now. That 16 HP is going to allow him last it a lot longer than some other Digimon. And the 14 attack there is a good overall attack stat. So we are loving Shroudmon. So now we're going to move on to the next dim, which is the Ancient Warriors one, the Vmon themed one, which was the exclusive if you did the pre-order for the Vital Bracelet and got that fancy yellowy looking green color one. So we're going to start right off with All Force Vidramon. There.
Digimon.
Yeah, he's a pretty awesome Digimon, isn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah. So he is the Digimon for this one that's going to have that rounded stat that every Digimon, that like the mascot Digimon for each gym is going to have with that 9, 14, 14 there. And then we're going to move on to Imperial Dramon Dragon Mode, which is going to have more of a differentiation in the stats here. He's going to have an 8, 16, 12, which that's, again, a low accuracy level for him, which doesn't make him the best in my opinion. But that 16 HP is pretty good, though.
Yeah.
All right. Then we're going to move on to Magnamon, who, honestly, I love Magnamon. I think he's got an awesome design. What do you think, Magnamon?
I'm just not a very fan of anyone on this dim except for old Force Vidramon.
That's understandable. That's okay. Everybody's entitled to their opinions. And that's what's great about this world. Okay, so he ends up having a 9, 12, 10, which honestly, I think is kind of a low stat break. But again, I love him as design-wise, so I think he looks pretty good. Then we're going to go to Imperial Dramon Fighter Mode now. Now, he's got a 10, 14, 16, which is a pretty solid stat lineup. Honestly, he's got that high 10 accuracy. 14 is a good HP, and he hits hard with that 16 stat there. So he's honestly a pretty solid Digimon there. Now we're going to move over to the dim that I am currently rocking here, the Agumon dim.
Yeah.
Which is one of your favorites because it has Dundevimon on it. And Neo Devimon, you're right. So we're actually going to start off with Blitzgreymon here. And Blitzgreymon...
How can we start with him? We have to start with one of the tough mons like Neo Devimon, Dundevimon.
Because we're going to save Dundevimon for the best for last. How about that?
Okay.
Alright. So he ends up having a 9, 12, 12, which isn't really... Again, it's kind of on the lower side of our stat breakdowns here. So I'm going to end up grouping Black Wargreymon and Wargreymon together because they have the same exact stats. I'm going to do the same thing when it gets down to Metal Garurumon and Black Metal Garurumon, and then Omegamon and Omegamon Zort. They all have the same exact stat breakdown on them. There's basically the same character on the dims here. They're just palette swaps. So the Wargreymons have an 8, 14, 10. Which is kind of on the lower side, but it makes sense because they can jog rest to hit that Omegamons there. So, speaking of Omegamon and Omegamon Zort, because Omegamon is on this dim here, we're going to go over him, and he's got a 10, 14, 14, which has that stat I was talking about, that 9, 14, 14, but just a little better on the accuracy there. So it just kind of edges him out a little better than most of those mascot Digimon for that dim. And now, our favorite Digimon in this dim, who is it?
Neo Devimon and Dundevimon.
Well, we're just talking about Dundevimon here, because we're only talking about Ultimates and Super Ultimates right now, and their stats. But he ends up having a 9, 16, 12, which is kind of low on the attack, but he's got a really high HP there. And then that standard 9.
So it's still, like, good, but not, like, the best?
Yeah, exactly. Alright, so now we're going to move on to the Gabumon dim. And for the Gabumon dim, we're going to start off with Crescarumon.
No, we should start with Black Metal Garurumon.
Okay, we'll go with Black Metal Garurumon then, and regular Metal Garurumon. They end up having an 8, 14, 10 for their stat break. Which is on the lower side, but again, they do jog rest. So, that's why. And then for Crescarumon, ends up being a 9, 12, 12, which is a solid, but on the lower end for the stats.
9, 12, 12. 9, 12, 12.
Yep. And then it has Nidhogmon on there, which is a super awesome Digimon. Orochimon digivolves into him. He's that new snake-looking Digimon we saw.
New one? Which one is that?
The one that has all the eyes all over and is super big and has got those kind of like energy-looking wings. He's really awesome looking. Remember him?
Oh, yeah, I remember him. And Orochimon
Digivolved into him in the anime?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Well,
I actually never saw him in the anime.
Yes, you did. We watched it. You just probably don't remember it because it was a while back. We could rewatch the episode if you want.
Yeah.
Okay. So, let's get back into this. He ends up having a 9, 16, 12, which is a pretty solid breakdown. The same stat breakdown as, double check it, Dundevimon. Yup. Same stat breakdown as Dundevimon. Again, solid, good Digimon, but nothing stand out really. That HP will allow him to last and take a couple more hits than some other Digimon can. But again, he's not really packing a lot of punch there.
So he's the same with Dundevimon because Dundevimon is like good but not like the best.
Yeah. So now we're going to move on to the Volcanic Beat dim. And with that one, we're going to start with Marsmon, who we actually raised a Marsmon as our first Volcanic Beat Digimon.
Yeah.
Oh, at least our first one we hit Ultimate level on. And then he's got that 9-14-14 that we've been talking about on every dim. So then now my favorite Digimon on this dim, Cannondramon. I think he looks awesome. He looks like Ultrasaurus from Zoids. I'm a big Zoids fan. I collected tons of them as a kid. Also with Digimon and Metarots. They were like my favorite shows back in the day. So he ends up having an 8-16-12, which is that low accuracy there. But I love his sprite. I love the Digimon. I think he looks great. So I don't care. He's the next one I'm going to go for. All right, so now we're going with Volcanodramon up there. And he's got a 9-14-16, which is a pretty good stats, honestly. He's got that really high attack, but nothing, just average with his accuracy there and his HP. And then we're going to go with Ancient Volcamon here, who I'm not a big fan of his design. He's just kind of like a giant ball volcano thing going on there.
That's Volcamon.
Exactly. And he ends up having a 10-18-14, which is honestly like the most epic stats so far we've seen on a Digimon. So he's a really good one to have there. And now we're going to move on to the Blizzard Fang. And we're going to start with Skull Miramon here. Skull Miramon has a 9-12-16. He's got a big attack, but kind of low on the HP level and that average DP there. Now, I'm going to butcher this name right off the bat. I'm going to tell everybody. Hexblukamon. Super awesome looking Digimon. I have the most difficult time there pronouncing his name. And he ends up having an 8-14-14, which is kind of that mascot stat, but a little lower on the accuracy there, which was a little surprising. Next thing we're going to go to is Frost Valgamon, a brand new Digimon here, and he ends up having a 9-16-16, which is a super good stat breakdown, honestly. High HP, high attack. And for our last Digimon here, we have Ancient Magnathramon. Again, butchering that name up. He ends up having a 10-14-14. Super high accuracy, but a just average there with the attack and HP he has going on. So now that we've gone through all that, let's go through our top picks. Okay, so honestly, we're going to actually start from the bottom, number 3, and we'll work our way up to number 1, okay?
Okay.
So number 3, because of their high HP and the high accuracy, allows them to stay on the field a bit longer there and stay in the battle a bit longer. I'm going to give it to Shroudmon, in my opinion. He's got that 10-16-14 stat break. Again, high accuracy with the 10 there. High HP. He'll be able to hang around long. This morning, I was just kicking butt with Shroudmon. So, I'm going to give it to Shroudmon for number 3. Number 2, I'm going to go with Frost Valgamon. It's got that 9-16-16. That 16 is some of the highest we'll see out of all the Digimon we looked at here. Up there, over there in that area. Out of all the Digimon we looked at, that 16 is one of the highest stats. Yeah, he's got really good stat breaks, honestly. He's really high on that HP, really high on that attack. He can hit hard, last a bit longer. His accuracy is just slightly lower than some of the other top tier Digimon as we have him here. But again, a 9 is like kind of the standard. 8 is low and 10 is high. So far from what we've seen. And then now we get to our number 1 pick. And if you guys already saw the stats here, you saw what we've been going with, you probably can guess it. It's Ancient Valkamon here. With that 10 and 18-14, that's a very accurate, that's a high accuracy, the biggest HP stat out of any Digimon, period, so far. And the highest we've seen out of anybody. Nobody else has broken that 16 mark except for him. And his attack isn't as high as some of the other ones, but it's standard. It's at that 14 standard there. And again, that high accuracy, high HP. He's going to be around longer. He's going to be hitting hard. I mean, not hitting hard, but around longer. Hitting more often with the higher accuracy. And doing decent damage with that attack stat. So, that is all of the Ultimate and Super Ultimate levels so far. there are a lot more DIMs coming. We'll be doing updated lists as they come along, as more and more come out. The next one to come out is July. So now that we've gone through every Digimon there and all their stats, I want to know down in the comments your top 3 picks. Which ones do you guys think? Because this is just our opinion. This is after looking over all the Digimon there, all their stats, which ones we thought were the best. Now I want to know which ones you guys think are the best. And with that, we've been challenged to a Digi-Dude! So, Mr. Matt and his son had challenged us to a Digi-Duel. Alright, Mr. Matt, so I'm going to take on your Justimon with my Apocalypse here. And Devi Dude, you're going to use
Beelzemon X
to take on your son's Durandamon. Oh man, those are some epic battles, right, Devi Dude?
Yeah.
Alright, congratulations to you guys. You guys end up beating that Beelzemon there, which is a super big challenge to you, man. That's awesome. And then our Apocalypse etched out a flawless victory there, which Apocalypse might have been a little OP for Justimon there, but honestly, you brought me some awesome Digimon, so we went with some awesome Digimon back. Alright guys, so with that,